first lesson which we have covered so far was the difficult one. Now it's going to be easier. So last week we have tried to cover all the outline, the main points of Surah Baqarah, which is a very big surah. This time we are going to cover only what is written actually in Juz 2. Yeah. So just to start from Sayaqulu Sufaha, that those fools. Yeah. So what Allah is talking about, referring to the same incident. If you remember last time we talked about the change of Qibla, the change of place of prayers are the Kaaba now, which is Kaaba. Before it used to be in Masjid Aqsa. So when the Qibla has been changed in the Fajr prayer, and when Holy Prophet take a U-turn and went to the other side and started praying, and Sahabas obviously turned their faces as well, all the all the non-believers, the pagans, they said, these are really crazy people. They don't know their Qibla, which one side they need to pray. So what kind of Muslims they are? But basically what they did not realize is that that was the introduction of a new nation. I think I explained to you last time that like this sister circle need a space, a class, a place in somewhere, a venue. Just like that, Muslims needed a belonging, an identity, that we need to pray towards that side. So Holy Prophet used to ask the dua, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted the dua, and we have the Makkah now, yeah, as our Qibla. So that's the time when this ayah has been revealed, because what the ayah is saying, 142 ayah, that fools among the people will say, what has turned them, their direction, to which they are used to face in prayer. So they thought Muslims are fools, but Quran is referring them as fool. Okay, now we are going back to the fact which we have covered so far, and we are going to start from there onward. What the Quran is talking about is, okay, first of all, I think we talked about a little bit about it, but let's talk in detail. What the benefit of reciting Quran, and what is the benefit of coming here? Yeah. So why we should be, first of all, we need to recite the Quran. We all know that each alphabet, how many times it give the reward?
10 hasanah.
10 hasanas, mashallah. But if we then understand the Quran, what is the concept of understand? Why we need to have this kind of class? We all know Arabic. How many of us can recite the Quran? Most of us? Yeah? 99% we all know how to recite the Quran. So why can't we stay home, recite the Quran? Khalas, we done it. Why we need to come and join the classes like that? What do you think? Why we should be here?
To understand what is written in the Quran.
To understand what is written. Because what is the difference between this religion and the other religions before us was the only difference between the fact that at that time priest or rabbi or whoever was their leader was a link between God and their book. But now, or book and the people. So for example, if the Jew used to learn about their religion, they used to go through their rabbi. They used to say, can you tell us what is written in our Torah? And then he used to tell us according to his own imagination. Now here, that link has been disconnected. Allah said, book is in your hand, try to understand it. You can't understand it, then you have to understand from somewhere like this. And we are going to talk in Surah Al Imran, obviously into next week, that in Al Imran it's very clearly written that Allah said that there are two types of ayahs written. One is very clear ayahs, which is about maybe zakat, hajj, some very clear, which we all know that these are fard things. The other one are quite difficult to understand, and those are the ayahs which are have quite different meanings. Yeah. So what is written, the meaning is quite underlined, and we need to understand somehow. That's where people get confused and they start. Those are the ayahs which actually can take us to two ways. They can give us the hadayah, or they can take us completely the other way. Yeah. So those are the ayahs which can make us misunderstand as well in a way. Yeah. So for that we need to sit together and try to reflect on it. And sometimes we all make the mistake. I will make the mistake, but idea is that we all sit together and we all learn together. Yeah. Okay. Another thing, why this Quran, understanding Quran is so important, because Quran is a connection between us and God. Has ever you heard God coming to you and actually talking to you directly?
No.
Never. So this is the way God is speaking to us. So how we can have this is the connection between us and our Creator. Yeah. So when we talk to Him, we are more and more closer to taqwa, like or fear of God, but also we are ready to meet Him one day. Yeah.
Sure.
More we will be going away from Quran, more we will forget our day of death, or thinking about that the day of judgment is going to come. Some of the people become so materialistic that they even don't think that this day will come, and then shake happen when our family member goes, or when someone very close to us go, and then we realize, oh, hang on,
Especially when very young.
very young. So as a mu'min, we all need to remember that one day that will come, and we all have to go, and we need to think about, are we ready for the death? Are we all? At this moment, here and now, we all are like 20 plus people sitting here. No. The answer is we all are not ready. We are thinking and thinking. We are hearing COVID has taken if not quarter of the world, quite millions. Some among our family members also went. How much it has shaken to our beliefs that we need to think about, hang on, this is a book, Allah is talking to me, why don't I open, why don't I start reading, why don't I start from today? So we need to start that this speech which Allah is going to do all the time to us, we need to start understanding. And that's the idea of having these kind of classes. Yeah. And if not here, somewhere else, but please be connected to somebody, because then once you connect any group like that, it's almost take you I think having the groups like these have the ripple effect on our soul, because soul need reminder. Soul is not something like tangible. We cannot touch the soul and say, okay, you are a good soul or a bad soul. Souls tend to learn from these kind of places where impact happen. And think about, here we have millions and millions angels up there. So when they all are going to be around, they all are going to pray for us that, oh my God, in Sister Arfa's home, these 20 ladies will be sitting and they were trying to understand. I'm sure the answer, if all of them say Ameen after our duas, they will be impact. Yeah, so could be connect to that. Okay, so let's do going back to the fact of the masjid. When this happened, I've explained to you last time as well that it was Fajr prayer. People were sitting in Masjid-e-Qiblat and they were praying, and then this new nation has been started. Okay, now in the second, we have covered first juz, and the people who have just joined in, I think I will try to send you one way or the other, either PowerPoint or something, so that you can understand. From the people who have known the last time, we covered, did you remember the father and nation link? Now today, I want you to understand, in this second para, there are three main parts which is covered. One is lawful and unlawful. Yeah. So whatever is lawful is permissible, whatever is unlawful forbidden. And the mainly Allah is talking about the food, like food like pig, alcohol, the all unlawful.
Juice too.
And then the things which are lawful is very clearly written, which has the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's one side. Then the second part is aqidah and belief. Yeah. So what is our aqidah? What is our belief? That is covered a lot. And then the third part is ikhlaq. Ikhlaq means, as a human being, as a Muslim, what is expected from us. Yeah. And the idea is that Islam is not a religion about only talking about, okay, 5 times a prayer makes you what a mu'min you are. Yeah. Having a hijab, what 3 claps for you. No. Islam is a very holistic religion. Yeah. So one day my daughter was telling me, and this is very interesting. She said, oh, whenever I saw any hijabi, like the lady who do the full veil, she always have a frown at us. And I said, but don't judge Islam with that, because that's a lady's her own judgments. And if we think about personally us, we also have those judgments. We see a Muslim woman with a mini skirt, we automatically think, oh, is she Muslim? Oh my God, her name was, I don't know, Yasmin or Rahma or Muslima or whatever. So she should have knowledge of it. We have judgments, but Islam is much more holistic. Islam is saying, who knows? Who are we to judge? You might know the story of this woman who was a prostitute, very bad lady, and she has been only forgiven because she used to give the milk to a dog who was about to die. So we have that religion, we have a really big basis. So we need to think about it, that how much akhlaq is important in our religion. Spirit of each pillar of Islam has a spirit, and we need to remember that spirit. And us as a Muslim, which is under this roof at the moment, I can tell we as a Muslims are very rigid Muslims now. We think about 5 pillars of Islam, tick tick tick, we are perfect, we are Jannati. Who said so? I have never signed a contract, and never do any of you. So who we know that actually we would be able to go in Jannah? Because we are not, if we are judging people, what if Allah would judge us on the day of judgment? There is no place for us to live then. So these are the 3 aspects we are going to talk about in detail, inshallah. Okay, a beautiful ayah, and especially for you girls, understand only this ayah, okay, and you will understand more or less all aspects of Islam. Yeah, sure. Actually spirit of Islam. And for girls, I would like also, this is your homework, to read read the English translation of this ayah and try to understand. Very clearly written ayah. So this is no very in-depth one. Now, so yeah, so we are going to do it in a minute. So righteous is not that you turn your faces towards east or the west. Which incident we are talking still? Which incident?
The change of the Kaaba.
The Kaaba one. The same Qibla idea. So this change of Qibla story is covering almost 4 or 5 pages of Surah Baqarah. Good 4 pages, yeah. So Allah is talking about, so righteous is not that you are thinking about going to facing Masjid Aqsa or Masjid Khana Kaaba. Both of them, wherever you are going to do, it's Allah's command. Once you will say, okay, I'm going to do your virtues are written, yeah. So what he's saying, but the righteous is one who believes in Allah. Now we are talking about now imans, yeah, iman mufassal, you know iman mufassal, so they are the basics, yeah. So believe in Allah, the last day, the angels, the book, and the prophet. So these are the 5 of them, yeah. Allah is talking. And then now imagine, girls, especially you, I want you to pay attention. So and us women as well, because we think about, oh, we believe on that, wow, we all are mu'min. But all of a sudden Allah goes, do you remember I talked about then beliefs and then ikhlaq? All of a sudden Allah goes to ikhlaq. So look at that righteous is also include and give wealth in spite of love for it to relatives, to orphans, the needy, the travelers, those who ask, and for freeing slaves. So Allah is saying not only those things, but also charity, giving them money away to the people. And when he's saying, and those who ask, okay, it could be a rich person who asks me, why would I give the money? But then there is a hadith that even a person come on the white horse to you and ask you, give the money. And person coming on the white horse means person coming on a Ferrari nowadays. If a person coming on a Ferrari, I would say rather you give me a Ferrari. I am a poor woman. I have a Skoda. Give me that. But Allah is saying, Holy Prophet is saying other way around. A person coming on the white horse, give the money. Because on the day of judgment, you remember that there is a hadith Qudsi, means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask on the day of judgment, I ask you for the money. Why did you not give me the money? And we will tell him, but we did not know that you asked us. He said, but that man who came to you, or the woman who came to you to ask you for the money was me. Where were you? So remember, any person comes, again our judgments. I went to Pakistan this time, and there was people, obviously my family was saying, don't give the money to him because they are the part of the gang. They are regular, they are da. Who we are to judge? Because anyone who had a hand, actually a hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah. So we need to remember, and then we talked about it last week as well, isn't it? That there is another way to help them as well. If you know that this is an addicted person and we are going to give him more and more maybe help him in any other way to keep their self-esteem also. Okay, freeing slaves, of course, that one. Then all of a sudden going back. Look, these are such a beautiful ayah. It's a link between a beliefs and the ikhlaq. Belief, ikhlaq. So then he's saying, establish prayers, give zakah. Again, going back to the pillars of Islam. And then fulfill their promises when they promise. So if you promise something, fulfill it. How weak we are. And I want us all to see our faces in our mirrors. Do we keep normally? We give excuse. Oh, tell mommy, tell auntie I'm not in house. Tell auntie I'm busy. Tell da. We do that all the time. So where are we? And then we say, and are patient in poverty and hardship. So if you have the hardship and the poverty, don't shout and scream. Ask for Allah and also trust on Allah. And then enduring battles. And also, if you have a battle, not only hardship, but even if you have a battle, you need to keep calm. And I'm going to tell you next week, inshallah, about the Battle of Uhud, because it's coming in Surah Al Imran. What a journey for us as in Muslims, that if our ancestors were those, and we think about the basics and we say, ouch, it give us the pain. Oh my God, we are living in this country where we have so much given, yet we are so thankless. And those are the ones, and then coming back, those are the ones who have been true, and it is those who are the righteous. So Allah have given us an introduction, and they say, if you are doing all of it, only then you are righteous. We need to think about just a 1 minute in your mind, in your heart, just close everything around and think about, are we in the definition of righteous? Maybe I'm praying 5 times, maybe I'm doing zakah, maybe I'm doing all the fasting, maybe I have an iman on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hopefully we all have. Hopefully we all have the belief on last day. But then we have the belief on last day. Are we prepared for the last day? Question mark. Then we have yes, we believe on angels. But when we do all the wrong things, do we remember that angels are sitting right and left? Even young girls, most of us are not known to this ayah even. Yeah. So this is our tragedy of Muslim society, that Allah is telling us again and again in Quran. He's talking to us. We don't know his language. That's the problem. And then even if we don't have the known awareness of his language, we all have English book, English translation. How many of us actually, okay, we are coming from Asia. We all know that we have been given this drill that in Ramadan at least one time Quran finished, one time we do that. But how many of us actually open English translation or Urdu translation or whatever your language translation to understand what Allah is talking to us? It's so clearly written. It's so everywhere. And when we read, and to be honest, I'm telling you, preparing these lessons has actually given me so much insight that actually I was not reading in that way as well. So we are so far away from religion, and yet we want miracle from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that on the day of judgment somehow we go and Allah give us this beautiful gift in our hand, that go, Jannah is waiting for you. How much we have done for Jannah. So maybe, and in this moment, if any one of us can actually make a promise to ourselves, that Allah, for today, just on this minute, just on this second, please witness that in this second, as a weak person, how much weakness in our heart is. I'm making an intention to understand this book. You make it easy for us. And I'm sure Allah will say, Ameen, Summa Ameen, because He's waiting. He's waiting for us. He doesn't make it difficult for us. He loves us. Okay, you are the mothers and some of you are children, of course you might don't understand, but the mothers who are here, when your child is in the pain, when he has fever, pain, any kind of, what do? Automatically, oh my baby, come here, come on, give me cuddle, give me. Allah loves us more than so many moms. So Allah doesn't want us to put us in difficulty and want us to burn in the hellfire and say, oh, good for you, I made hellfire for you. No, but it's us who is now making us easy for, for our own selves. He doesn't want us to burn in the hellfire because he loves us more than moms. Mom doesn't want us to burn. Yeah, but we are now making it easy. Okay, then let's go back to the law and unlawful. A very tricky one of the ayah, which is quite at the moment in the human rights, and we are going to talk about human rights in a minute. Hudud laws, yeah. Some of you know the hudud laws. The other children who are not, there are some Sharia laws. Sharia laws has very clear cut written, and there is no ambiguity about it, and there is no question ifs and buts about it as well. If you do adultery, you will be stoned if you are married.
Wait, miss, sorry, say that word again.
A Sharia law, hudud laws, yeah. So hudud laws are very clearly written, means you touch the boundary. Had means boundary, yeah. So if let's say I'm touching Sister Arfa's house entrance, I'm touching her had of the house, yeah. So like that, Allah has made the boundaries, and Allah is saying, this is my house. This is my house. So if you go beyond that, you are touching the boundary, and I have to give you then punishment, consequence. It's like a basic parenting strategy. I will tell you, darling, this is the boundary in the house. You will listen to me. Good choices, good consequence. So you will listen to me, I'll give you this reward. But if you don't listen to me, there's a bad consequence. I will take your mobile away, whatever. As a parent we do. Allah did exactly the same. So Allah has put it out there. You will do certain things, you will be rewarded. You will do other things, they are consequence. So this is very much at the moment, children, especially for you, because you might will be questioned, mock, criticized as Muslims. Oh my God, your religion is so inhuman. They are talking about cutting the hands when you do only the simple robbery. What a bad thing. Burglary, and you will become, that's bad. Okay, you will be stoned till death if you will be doing adultery. What a religion you have, or insane religion you have. Again, very clearly written, but not very nicely understood. First of all, we are going to talk now about the statistics. The countries where hudud laws are covered properly, and I'm saying properly means even Saudi Arabia is now following it properly, by the way, because Saudi Arabia has their own laws, which is very covered by the royal family. So but if we talk about properly, the countries which implement and used to implement, their statistics were used to tell us that they were less immoral or unethical issues there. Yeah, have you been to Saudi Arabia? How many of us have been? Have you seen the gold shops there? Yes. Being open in the prayer time, they go for the prayer. Think about, in our country, you leave maybe a kind of I don't know, pencil shop. It won't have any pencil left behind in the country.
Yesterday what happened for the hall. They were mugging people and they were just taking their money and jewelry.
Yeah. So do you imagine the country has such a strong value system, and we were like surprised, such a big gold belt. Oh my God, I can't even count the money. Oh, how many tolas it would be, I don't know. But then they are just okay, because they know if they will anyone touch their chop off hand. Exactly. And that one chop off hand means the million other who are watching it, oh, I'm not going to touch it. I will rather not live without this. We'll live without this belt. Yeah. So these are repercussions, rules and regulations. Now here, in this in the normal society, because we don't do that, moral and unethical values are spreading everywhere. So that's the one part of it. Secondly, when we are talking about qasas or Sharia laws, they have to be implemented not like that for example, I go somewhere and I say, by the way, this lady, she has done adultery with that man, and they will just stone till them. Not like that. They will be witness, have to tell, or what is the word, witness that incident, Then after that, there will be a proper, judge, jury sitting, and then eventually they have to do it. So it's not as simple as just getting the hudud laws implement. So it has, and then you have to witness how was the character look like of this person, was he actually a conviction of the crimes in the past. So lots of things has to be in add to
Eyewitness
that.
should be four. Otherwise you
Yeah,
can't do
you can't do
anything.
that. So
Subhanallah.
so many things. So we don't, however, because we have been criticized, and you as girls, you might will be criticized because you don't know the ifs and buts of the hudud laws, you will become a very apologetic Muslims. And I'll tell you what, girls, from these sessions, maybe you might not understand anything. What I want you to understand is, and takeaway is, we want us to become non-apologetic Muslims. That's all we need to do. Whatever Allah has given us, He has the wisdom of the whole world and even more. Yeah. So whatever He has given us, the reasons or rules, there must be reason behind it, which we don't know because our brains are much smaller in capacity. So what we need to do is basically we become apologetic, and that's why we are not try even to understand religion. Yeah. So first of all, we need to become proud Muslims that actually we chose this religion, not because mommy has sent me in the evening 9 o'clock this session, which I don't like even, but we are going there. But actually I'm going there because I want to understand this, and I want to give the answers to my non-Muslims friends. And you as girls, hats off to you all who are studying in this country, because we were there. We never been bullied of being Muslims. You might will be questioned, you might will be judged, you might will be criticized. So you should have much more good basis of Islam. When you have been asked by a atheist friend, how do you know there is one Allah? Have you ever seen? Have you met? Have you ever seen a person who died dead? Has he ever come out from grave and told you that this has happened in the grave? You need to have the answers of these, because otherwise you will become apologetic Muslims. Yeah. And this is the problem. We are coming from Asia, we are apologetic Muslims because our parents used to give us a thappad if we ask this question. Oh,
exactly.
you dare not,
They
haram.
don't have knowledge, isn't it?
They did not have.
That's
But
why.
you need to, Yeah. so you need to have that knowledge. And hats off to you that you are standing, but you need to stand up higher. Yeah.
Inshallah.
Okay. Now that's another ayah which is my favorite. Yeah. For so many reasons. Will in Islam is very clearly written. Yeah. Okay. We'll read quickly. It's 180 and 182. It is prescribed for you that when the death approaches any of you, if he leaves wealth, that he makes a bequest to parents and next to kin according to a reasonable manner. Okay. And then ayah started from here and then goes on. Talking about the importance of will. Who knows what is will? Any girl? What is will?
It's the last testament of a deceased person or what they wanted.
Yeah. And in Islam, very clearly it's written. Surah Baqarah has some outline. Other surahs we are going to read, but it's very clearly written. So you can't change that one. Yeah. So if it is written like boy is getting, girls are getting half of the boy, wife is getting 1/8, all of it, everything is written. So that you can't change. That's there. But anything more than that, if you want to give a charity, there is a part of it which you can give charity. So you can write will beforehand. So what we do normally, and this is where ayah is being misinterpreted. So when you said when death approach any one of you, so what we think about it, death is going to happen when I'm going to be 70s. So I'll not make a will until I'll be 60. Who tell you? Did angel Israel came to me to tell me that I'm going to be 70 and all of a sudden I'll die? No, I can die in this moment. And if I leave the will, if I leave the money without any will, such a big answer. So your own money will be a problem for you in the hereafter, not only hereafter, in the qabr as well, grave as well. So please make sure, if you have not done anything yet, even today, okay, Holy Prophet used to tell Sahaba to do every fortnightly. So let's say every fortnightly I have extra money. In those days, obviously, pay slips is not coming every month. So they used to have the businesses, whatever. So he used to say every fortnightly. So let's say if I have after 2 weeks, I have certain more amount, I need to make a will that this money, extra one, what I need to do. They used to do fortnightly. We don't do it even 4 years later. We think once in a lifetime, even that would be happen when I'm going to be a pensioner. But who knows, I'm not going to be a pensioner and die before. So make a will, especially ladies, because you have, I'm sure you own some money in this world, in this country, and obviously your husband might have. Tell them, make a will, start doing it now, because I'll tell you again, I think I have told the other group or this group, I don't know, but when my sister passed away, she has actually given all the information verbally. So we have recorded, witnessed everything that she said to us. Do this with my money, give there my charity. Not legally written. Me and my sister can't testify. My sister who is alive and myself, we have recording, but who is going to testify, because it's not written. So I hope, I'm sure, and I pray from Allah that her intention has been written, and Allah inshallah will accept it. But not that opportunity will be given to all of you that today you will pick up the phone and say, okay, I might die tomorrow, verbally can you just listen to me? No, that's not going to be happen. And it's not, if you are not written anything, it's not going to be attested in any way according to law. So please do it, I'll tell you, when I have done Islamic will last year, even the lawyer was laughing at me that why you were doing Islamic will, because it means that you have only 2 daughters, it will split either way, your brother-in-law will get, your side of the sister-in-laws will get everything. But when Islam set the rights, who are we to take it away? I'm going to die in any way, whoever will take, any dog will take, any cat will take, but we have to give the rights. We can't, if you won't given the right away, again you are going back in that albir. Are we righteous? We're not then. The fight started the moment the one person died. Yeah.
Yes.
So I went to this sister who is Arabic sister and passed away. The husband passed away recently. And we were talking about that. The moment husband passed away, the first thing the family said, sell the house, sell the money, sell everything, give us. And now this woman is in the idda, she has thoughts of worries of everything. Yeah. Allah doesn't want us. He loves us. He doesn't want us. I'm in it now, Subila, and then I'm on the top, worries about that this shelter, this roof on my head is going to be staying away with me or not. How difficult this life would be for those orphans who are coming, who the widow who is coming, or widower who is coming. So Allah want to save us from all of that, because in that your will, your mother had the right. Your father had the right. Your brother had the right. So there are so many other people who have the right, but us automatically think about only children, isn't it? We don't think about the overall, this big will. Yeah, we never thought. So this is what Allah is saying, that make a will. Right, right.
Will be after the death. Before आप जब जिंदा हैं तो आप किसी बच्चे को कुछ भी दे सकते हैं. There's no will.
No, okay. So in your life you can give. You have a gift. You can. But again, there is somebody and we have a very interesting discussion about it. So you might have heard this in this British law, that this millionaire person who had empires has left his money for his dog. Have you heard that? Yeah. I have heard so many times. Okay, now. According to his law cannot sue them, because he has a right, he has a brain, and he had done it. Yeah. In Islamic law, this has been taken away, that on the human grounds, the right of so many other things which he could have done. He could have done charity, might have 3 more children, which he would have his own children, he could have given, but he has given it to a dog. Yeah. So, or maybe I'm not saying dog. In your case, maybe I'm saying I love my one of the daughter more, I gave it. But then I'm taking the right of another daughter. Yeah.
But so, after the death, yes, will come. But before death, you can give
anyone. But again, we have seen balance. So many balance. Yeah. So Islam is so in here, I have come across quite a few ladies who have the similar stories where in the life, the mother who lives with the child, whoever the child, they gave the whole house on their name. Yeah. Okay, Islamic law is saying, yes, Bill didn't come yet because she has But on the day of judgment, I'm sure she's going to be accountable that you have 5 children. Why you have given the whole house on one child name? So whatever you...
हमारे माशरे में बहुत ज़्यादा है कि पाकिस्तानी माशरे में कि
like Allah is trying to give you a gift and you're saying I'm not interested. Yeah?
You know, if like girls fight for their right and say, "Oh, I want the money," but in society, won't they look like greedy and stuff like that?
But then that's exactly, Manur, what you asked the question is valid point, because we have been projected as greedy. So if you ask for the money, you will be projected as outside. Oh, Manur is, by the way, very greedy because she's asking for her right. But actually, the right has been given 1400 years back when there was no women right, has been as written as logistically level, has been given to you by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Nabi, and he said to you very clearly that it's a gift for you. Yeah, so it is a gift. Now it is up to the parents that they should be given to the girls as well, and if they are not, and if they keep it, oh, we have given the dowry, then they will be accountable on the day of judgment, and such a big accountability. So we need to remember that we need to be very fair about the money, because money, how much luxuries it can get here, equally it could be such a big test on the day of judgment for us. The more money you have, more test you are going to be. Cover it quickly again. So look, Allah is giving us a very difficult ayah about, wasiya before ayah of hudud, and all of a sudden Allah is saying, look, I am so close to you. I am near to your jugular vein. I'm here. Come on, ask me. I'm going to listen everything. So and when my servant asked you concerning me, indeed I'm near. So I'm there. And then he's saying, I answer the prayer of suppliant when he calls upon me. So let them respond to me and believe in me, and so that they may be guided all right. So what Allah is saying that there is a difficulty, but I'm just sitting next to you. I'm just here. Talk to me. बिल्कुल वैसे ही जैसे एक माँ कहती है, आओ तो सही ना, बैठो तो सही, मुझसे बात तो करो, मैं तुम्हारी सुनूंगी तो तभी तो तुम्हारे मसलों का हल निकालूंगी. पर क्योंकि हम बात ही नहीं कर रहे, हम तो कह जा रहे हैं हाय 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 सारी दुनिया खराब हो गई, whatever. But actually Allah तो कह रहे हैं, this is clearly written. I'm giving you all the laws. Follow it. Find it hard? Talk to me. I will give you the answer through Quran. I have written. I have given you, but we are not listening. And then we go to Imam and we say, Imam, tell us the answer. And poor Imam, what he should be doing, or poor Imam, what he should be doing. He should be there doing. Actually, I was reading Surah Al Imran today as also Allah of Imran. So poor Imam, bless him, he's completely gobsmacked, and he's telling in his own small knowledge whatever he owns, yeah. And of course
वो भी डरता है ना क्योंकि मैं सही बात बताऊंगा ये सारा क्योंकि
and this is also the problem कि हम लोग सुनना भी तो नहीं सच चाहते ना. तो इमाम अगर आपको कह देता है एक्चुअली विल तो ये कहती है तुमने ये राइट देना ही देना है बेटी को, तो वो तो बेचारा कहेगा तो वो जाएगा कहाँ, क्योंकि इमाम को इमाम के पैसे बंद, इमाम को मौत से निकाल दिया जाएगा. तो इमाम को अपनी रोटी भी तो चलानी है, तो वो फिर कहता है अच्छा आप बेटी को दे ना, दे दिया तो बात खत्म, ठीक है. सो हम अपने हिस्से, और इतना क्लियरली सूरह आल इमरान में अगेन आएगा. The thing is, more we will read the surahs, it will be so clear. Even I am understanding more कि अल्लाह इधर क्वेश्चन कर रहा है, दूसरे में आंसर दे रहा है, इधर आंसर दे रहा है, दूसरे में क्वेश्चन कर रहा है कि अब बताओ. So surahs to surahs इतना interlinked है. So you are going to inshallah understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying the vague questions which has the ambiguity, I am giving you the answers. Understand it. Let's go back to now we are talking about, again, do you remember I talked about the pillars of the main beliefs, yeah? So we are talking now that these are the ayahs where fasting has been compulsory. So it becomes compulsory, and this is background of this surah. Okay, Surah Baqarah is revealed in the second Hijri. So, girls, do you know what is Hijrah? Migration from Makkah to Medina. That's Hijrah. Yeah. So first Hijrah started when the Holy Prophet went from Makkah to Medina. Now second year, fasting become compulsory. You remember, girls, when you did first time fasting in your life? And maybe aunties as well? How difficult it was. We were like, oh, my tummy is rumbling. Can I open my fast, mommy, please? It's too late. Did you remember? That was hard. Now, test of moments. Listen. Second Hijrah, Ramadan, first Ramadan, fasting become compulsory, and this is desert. Yeah. And 27th Ramadan, Ghazwa Badr. So small quantity of number of people, so many non-believers have to fight, no resources, not like horses and the elephants and the nothing. You just fight for the cause. That's it. So at that time, before actually Ghazwa is starting, month has started, and Allah said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyam kama kutiba alal ladzina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. So clearly, I have given you the fasting. I have given it before as well. So you are not the only one. You are not the only one who are fasting. I have given the other religions as well.
Food,
So
weather was too hot.
Yeah.
I just order came.
Yeah, the order came, and
war was there.
War was about to come. Yeah. So Allah said, look, I have made the fasting compulsory for you, just like the other religions, so that now Allah could have finished there and say compulsory, come on, do it. But they always be a one reason, a spiritual reason of any deed of our. We think our salah is 5 times sajda and done. There is a spirit. There is a spiritual. Exactly, not machine, not exercise. So Allah said the spiritual part of it is that you become righteous. How I can become righteous? By just fasting. What do you think, girls? How I can become righteous? Any idea? When Ramadan come, do you feel any difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is the difference?
Because we love Allah. We want to be like being hungry and thirsty for only Allah.
You don't
We
feel
made the
we
media.
feel nothing. We don't feel hungry.
We feel
Nothing.
Patience.
It gives us patience, excellent, trust on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that whatever I'm doing for the sake of Allah and He's accepting it, then I become thankful to food, because when the food comes, Alhamdulillah, biryani, wow, Alhamdulillah. And even not biryani, even sabzi, that's Alhamdulillah, something for me, yeah. So we become thankful all of a sudden. The same food with, Mommy, I don't like it. All of a sudden it becomes liking.
एक्स्ट्रा नेमत है
Yes.
बिकॉज नॉर्मली अगर घर में नहीं भी बनता जैसे
Yeah.
कि लेकिन रमजानों में ऑटोमेटिकली हर एक के पास कहीं ना कहीं से आ जाता है
risk can increase, then all of a sudden we become, our hearts go open towards each other. Yeah, we
प्लस ये कि जब आप रोजा खोलते हैं, सहरी करते हैं, तो आप इकट्ठे कर रहे होते हैं, इकट्ठे बैठने की
Community?
एक होती है, जो कि हमारे यहाँ इस मुल्क में तो आपको नहीं नजर आता. एक आता है, फिर खोलता है, निकालता है, गरम करता है.
Alhamdulillah.
लेकिन रमजान में बोलते हैं कि आप सहरी और हर चीज
इकट्ठे कर. So Sari time could not be changed. So you can't say, Mommy, I'm going to do 1 o'clock and the other one is going to do 4 o'clock and the last one. No. So exactly 2:30 started, exactly 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock finished. So you all are sitting, community feeling. So many spiritual element. Then obviously you know Shaitan is in cage. So you feel the righteous in any way. Then you all of a sudden become, okay, it's a month of Ramadan, so let's do some zikr or some maybe du'as or some maybe Quran. All of a sudden Quran started opening. Us Asian women, all whole year up there, all of a sudden Quran. Don't touch me. I'm reading one whole Quran this time. Okay, or maybe 2 or 3 more. So we become all of a sudden near to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah. So that make us righteous. Yeah. But then Allah is connecting not only Ramadan with the fasting. Allah has given the first ayah before then that is about, look, Ramadan is also a month of Quran, because Allah sent the Quran on this month. So why this month is so important? Because this was the month of Quran. We need to understand it more, and that's why people normally go to the sister circle maybe for one day, one way or the other. You might have heard the this quote. Okay, so I'm going to quote only one of them. Kill them whenever you confront them. Have you ever heard? Yes. Kill them whenever. Oh, kill them. Oh, kill them. So us extremists, us whatever, we are the Muslims. Muslimists, yeah. So the new dictionary words coming in, kill them whenever you can. How apologetic Muslims we are. And I'm not going to ask you to raise up your hand because I don't want you. But girls, in your heart, think about it. Imagine how many of you actually, when you heard that, actually find out the background of this ayah and future of this ayah. What happened there, and what happened there, past and present. Yeah. So what is the link? Why this ayah has been revealed? And what is the whole ayah even? Okay. Kill them whenever you confront them is an extract of a whole long ayah. You can see now, yeah? But we have never opened the ayah itself. So we thought only when then kill them whenever you confront them. Oh, we Muslims are so extremists, mom. We are inhuman. We have Jews friends, Christians friends, this and that. So okay, are we going to kill? No, darling. This know about that. Yeah. Okay. Now let me explain to you what was the reason what happened. So this is, as I said, Surah started revealing in 2nd Hijrah. It goes up to when the Makkah has been conquered. Yeah. So what happened is 1 year before. So Holy Prophet went from Makkah to Medina, had his ihram done, went for Umrah. He was going for Umrah with his friends. Let's go to Umrah. All of them. Just imagine. You are going from England, London Heathrow Airport, have your ihram done, saying your goodbyes to your friends, saying, oh, I'm going to go for Umrah. Everybody say goodbye, have a safe journey. Reach Riyadh. And Saudi government said, not entry. Go back. But why? No idea, no reason. Go back. But why? I've paid the money. I've got the visa. Why would no go back? You will lose it. You will say, how dare, whatever. Yeah. This is, we are coming on aeroplane, going there. Only money, and by law you will get the money back. Yeah. There, no money. So people, if you know Makkah and Medina difference, if you walk, you take time, 3-4 days to walk. So he reached there with his friends and then having the ihram done, go back. But why? Go back, just like that. So then there was a pact happened, Hudaybiyah pact, Sulh Hudaybiyah called it as. So there was a pact happened between Muslims and pagans, non-believers. Okay, so there was a pact. Okay, you go now, come next year, get the Umrah done. And you have to follow certain rules. Okay, we'll be going. That's fine. All the other Sahabas, they ask Holy Prophet, so Holy Prophet, let us go. We are outside. Okay, now remember, and maybe aunties understand more. Where you born and brought up, you have that connection with that city. So they are outside Makkah. Ya Rasulullah, let us go. I have the house inside. I want to go. I just want to see the house. But no, you just leave, go back. So Holy Prophet said, let's slaughter the animals here and go back. So they did it. Now, non-believers who made this Sulh Hudaybiyah, they went back from the pact. They did not follow the rules. Holy Prophet, Muslims did, and they did not. So at that time, now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you are going to go back to Makkah to conquer Makkah this time. That was the time when this ayah has been revealed, that if now they come, kill them. But then even then, now let's hear it together. So starting, fight in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala against those who fight against you. Yeah. So don't fight like that. If they fight. If they don't fight, stay. Yeah. Against you, but do not transgress. Don't exceed from from anything. Just stay in your boundaries. Even there Allah is saying, look, don't transgress. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not love transgressors, and yet we are the extremists. Yet we are called as all bad names. Kill them whenever you confront them and drive them out from where they drove you out. So they throw you out from Makkah. So if they won't throw you out now, throw them out. Yeah. And so then he's saying wrongful prosecution is even worse than killing. Okay. Do not fight against them near the holy mosque unless they fight against you. So Allah is again saying, don't fight. But if they fight you, then fight. Yeah. But if they I'm losing it. Okay, if they fight against you, kill them. For that is the reward of such unbelievers. Then if they desist, know well that Allah is ever forgiving, most compassionate. Yeah. Keep on fighting against them until mischief ends and the way prescribed by Allah prevails. But if they desist, then know the hostility is directed only against the wrongdoers. So Allah is keep on saying, don't transgress. If they ask forgiveness, go your way. And now the story tell us now, looking back, that actually when the Fatah Makkah happened, when the victory of Makkah happened, how it happened? No killing. Holy Prophet just entered. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Nothing. Not a one bloodshed happened. It just he went because nobody asked them to leave and he just entered. But it was his patience. He could have had a fight when they asked him to go back first year and he said, how on the earth? This is my land. I'm going to go back. And by then, by the way, Muslims were quite strong. So they could have fight. But he said, no. My leadership strategy is go back. This time go back. We surrender. But because this ayah has been written, people just quote, kill them wherever you find it. But they don't know when it happened. Yeah.
So in that case, this ayah isn't for modern interpretation. We don't use this.
Exactly.
So
But
we're meant to just ignore, like, it's
not
an
ignore.
ayah for history. It's a more of a historical ayah, but it's not for us to like, oh, but we're meant to kill them, like when extremists say.
Yes.
So that's wrong when people quote it.
When extremists quote it, there is no reason that this should be quoted. However, this can be applied now if the same kind of situation happen. Like for example, in Kaaba, it's happening. Don't fight in Kaaba. But if somebody fight against you, fight with them. So let's say, for the sake of it, Na'udhu billah, tomorrow we understand, we find that either Masjid Aqsa, one of the holy mosque, Kaaba, or Masjid Nabawi has been attacked by a non-believer. Are we not going to fight? We're going to fight. For God's sake, this is not about anything. But then again, don't transgress. So Allah is keep on saying, hold on. Have a break. It's almost he knows our psychology. Don't put your foot on the race. Have a break because I'm here. I'm saying to you, I don't love transgression. I love forgiveness. So this is application only modern situation like Jerusalem last year. You know what happened. So in that case, yes, fight. Yeah. But then eventually you will also la ikraha fid din. There is no compulsion, no hostility in religion. Allah talks about humbleness. Now I'm going to ask you one thing. Could religion be spread only with the sword, the way extremists are doing at the moment? If Holy Prophet only held a sword and just started spreading, would it be happen? No. It happened only because his patience was much more higher than holding a sword. That was Ghazwat happened very later in his life. In the beginning, what happened? Taif, bleeding from head to toe. Allah said, I'm going to destroy the whole Taif. No. I'm going to pray for them. Rahma. We are the followers of that Nabi. And yet, we are the extremists. We take out this and we say, kill them. No, it's not about that. Okay. Then we talk about in these just about the sacred months. So we know there are 4 sacred months, and these are the same sacred months which has been sacred in the previous religions. Pagans used to have the sacred month as well. So they used to do the same thing. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that it has been sacred for you just like the previous religions. Yeah. So in those months, what they don't used to do, they don't used to fight. Yeah. So that they put hold on it. Yeah. So that was one. Now Allah is now talking about spending in the name of Allah. So first we have now, let me explain to you. So we have previous ayahs about fasting. So fasting has been compulsory. Now we are going to talk about 2 things. A zakah, and then the most important Hajj as well. So this is coming about the Hajj. Yeah. So Allah is saying, complete the pilgrimage, major and minor, for the sake of God, if you are prevented. Then whatever offering, the sacrifice you can afford, and do not shave your heads until the offering has reached to the place of sacrifice. So all the ayah is about Hajj to be compulsory. Now, you remember this is Madani Surah. So now through the surahs, Allah is making slowly the legislations compulsory for the. So this law is coming and that has been implemented. This law is coming slowly. So Hajj has been implemented now in there. Yeah. And then the last bit of the surah is last bit of the juz is about beautiful ayah. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina azabannar. This is one of the Holy Prophet favorite dua, because Holy Prophet used to say that I love this dua because it has not only I'm asking for the dunya, but also I'm asking for the hereafter. That look, I want the both best. A Mu'min doesn't want a second best. Mu'min is not the second best in either way. He's best in the both worlds. So I want the best in this dunya, I want the best in the hereafter.